Welcome, everybody. We're back with a brand new review, and this time for the infamous Batman. And warning, we will be talking spoilers. So if you're walking into this, I mean, if you didn't read the line before you came into this video, we're gonna be talking spoilers. Really excited to grab Dio on this one, man, and and had nobody else to talk to you about the movie for so long. So the only person that I know that can talk to you about this right now. I guess we start off. We're gonna go through a couple of things. What you think about the movie?
Oh man, it was a great introduction to the Batman, the new arc, if you will, or how you want to say it, the new multiverse, whatever, however you guys want to, title it. It was great, freaking great. As you all know, well, not all know, but as me, right. It's just a short time period to where, from he started Batman to where he's at now. It's just
2 years in.
Yeah, just 2 years, And he has some impressions, but not enough to say the city is mine. You got to build it from the ground up. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
You see a lot of reviews down the board. Some people was giving it 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Perfect. They feel like it's a perfect movie, the best Batman. Do you feel like it's earned that title just by just the first movie?
Nah, I don't think it's the best Batman. It's a great Batman, but not the best Batman.
Right.
I'm still hooked on Christian Bale right now, but Robert Peterson. Yeah, Peterson. Some of you, if you don't know, may know this Sparkle Boy from Twilight. But
and that was a lot of people's reserve, with him playing Batman, of course, because people don't watch movies anymore. They don't know that actors work in other movies, right? Of course, I had my reserves too about Robert Pattinson playing Batman, and I can honestly say that I was 100% wrong. You know what I mean? He played a great Batman.
Oh yeah. Right. Totally misjudged it. I was reserved. So it's probably gonna suck at some degree, but no, it was great. It was great. Especially the elevator scene. When the lights cut off, you just saw gunfires and stuff. That was great, but we'll talk about that.
So like you said, this particular Batman is 2 years in. He 2 years into the game of being Batman, so he's still learning a lot of what to do, what not to do. And you can see he's still a little rusty on the fighting and just how to deal with certain things. Now, one of the big things that I really liked in this movie is that he realizes that he can't be everywhere, and they say that through narration, the fear of Batman. The fear of Batman is enough to deter people away, because you see in the beginning scene where the one dude is looking at the light and he's like, nah, this ain't the move. I ain't trying to run at the Batman.
Yeah, everybody kept looking in the shadows I'm not going there.
you gotta pick your targets, and I feel like they did a really good job of showing the fear of Batman in this movie. And I feel like they never really got that across in the other movies. It's always been Batman was
he's better throw hands, right?
Right, Batman was a public figure at this point. He was just somebody that you would see. Whereas this movie, you look in the shadows, somebody getting grabbed up or getting knocked out. You know what I mean?
Right.
They do a lot of good things in this. One of the biggest things that going into this movie was they wanted to focus on was showing Batman be a detective, and that's feel like something out of the 20 plus years of Batman movies you never get to see. You get to see him do beep 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 on the computer, but never do the you see him do the forensic stuff and work the case with Commissioner Gordon. You never see that. They usually just
You're right. And I think, my opinion, it was a great balance between what Batman is known for, as far as beating people up, working those detective cases,
right,
and showing gadgets and the action and his lifestyle, his personal lifestyle, how he's trying to manage that as well, or trying to at least become more involved with his surroundings. It's a great balance. Overall, I think it's great how they're trying to balance that out. But
I said, man, we talked about Batman, we talked about Pattinson. We have a new player to the game, which is Zoe Kravitz, Selina Kyle, Catwoman.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think about her performance and like what she brought to this new live action Catwoman versus what we've had before?
You know, I wasn't expecting that Catwoman. Maybe I missed the previews, or the trailers, but that Catwoman that was pretty cool. It was pretty unique, and I have no negative comments about it. I'm not. Now I do fault myself on this one, but I'm not sure if Selena was known as like the overly emotional, because she seemed to be too emotional in this movie. But maybe that's how she always is. I don't know.
I think that was all a play too, because I mean, like as you see, like they reveal in this movie that she is the daughter of Falcone, right? Like she's his daughter, and her play was to pretty much rob her dad, and she befriended one of the girls that was working at the club so she can get in the club, and it seemed like a lot of that was a long play. So honestly, I'm not sure what her actual relationship was with the Russian girl that wound up getting killed in the movie. Right. If that was like a legit relationship, or was that a part of the play of the con that she was running? So, but no, I thought Zoe did a really good job. I feel like they really never shown any Catwoman actually robbing anybody. If you go back to like Michelle Pfeiffer,
Halle Berry didn't rob nobody.
Which one?
Halle Berry when she played.
Don't even talk about that, man. No, no. See, first of all, that Catwoman, they gave that Catwoman superpowers, right? And she winds up dying, and like she also worked for like a fashion magazine or whatever it was. Yeah. And she comes back with like cat abilities. The movie is ridiculous. So DC doesn't even like want to put their name on that. But I mean, in terms of like Michelle Pfeiffer and Batman Returns, like when that's another Catwoman where she gets thrown out of a window, she gets brought back to life by the cats or whatever. If she even died, whatever the case was, but she comes back. But it was never a thing where she was going around where she was a cat burglar, she was a thief. Like you see her really come into action. Even like in the Dark Knight Rises with Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, really don't get to see too much. You know what I mean? Like her really do anything.
Yeah, so this, so just let the fans know, this Catwoman doesn't really do a whole lot of robbing. She's actually doing a whole lot of personal robbing, trying to get back at her father and trying to help her friend.
Oh no, she's still gonna get hers at the end of the day, though.
She is, but you don't see a whole lot of that. But it's still an introduction to the new Batman series with Robert Pattinson. So
Pattinson.
My bad, Twilight. But yeah, Robert Pattinson. But yeah, it's still good. It's a great introduction. So Zoe
does a good
job. New Batman series, start with this one, and just wait for the next one in the next 5 years, maybe. Right?
Ain't gonna be that long. So like I said, Zoe did a good job. We also had Colin Farrell, who is playing the Penguin in this, and everybody says he's completely unrecognizable in this movie. Like you don't even know that's Colin Farrell.
That was Colin Farrell.
That was Colin Farrell, man. Yeah, a bullseye.
I meant to see who played the Penguin, and I forgot the guy's name who played Carmichael, but Colin Farrell. All right, cool.
Yeah, it was Colin Farrell, man. He completely dropped the accent and everything. Like you can't even hear Colin Farrell in that Penguin. Like his Penguin kind of feels like kind of New Yorker gangster. You know what I mean? Like Chicago, maybe. Like that's what it feels like. I feel like the Penguin did a really good job, man. I like Gangsta Penguin. He's not like wobbling around or nothing like that.
Right.
But Ozzy, I like Gangsta Penguin, man. Like I think he did a really good job with him. And they did a thing where I feel like a lot of superhero movies are like starting to stop doing. They didn't kill him off or anything like that in this movie. Because that's a big thing in like in superhero was a big thing in superhero movies where they always killed the villain off every movie, then you couldn't do nothing with it, right? Like, it's like I feel like they learned their lesson later on because it's like, okay, we can bring them back. And this movie definitely brings in a good ensemble of villains without it feeling like it's too much. Like Riddler is still the main, played by Paul Dano, who does a really good job, man. Creepy as hell.
Yeah, very creepy. Might have nightmares about that guy tonight.
Right. I felt it wasn't cheesy. Like, you see Riddler in the past has always been like super cheesy with it, like with the riddles. It was real. Like you said, a lot of people comparing the movie to like the movie Seven, because it does have that feel to it, like that who done it. We know who did it, but why are they doing it type thing, and like
right.
Figuring out the whole thing with Bruce and his parents and him trying to reveal that the Waynes had got somebody killed, and it turned out that it was all whatever, and that was just a whole thing used by Carmine Falcone to control Bruce's father or whatever. But no, man, the Riddler was doing a really good job, man. I feel like we haven't really got an on-screen Riddler since Jim Carrey, and that was comical.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're right. You're right.
Not a Riddler like to this extent that was serious.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
because the best Riddler we've seen so far was all in video games, and well, if you want to count the animated series, yeah, sure, but
yeah, I don't think the Riddler had too many. I mean, I guess it depends on what series you're talking about, but the Riddler didn't have too many appearances in the animated series. He still did a pretty good job,
or rather, lasting impressions.
Right.
This one made a very good impression on how he was molded into the Riddler, right, and how he's taking on the world, taking on Gotham City, about his issues. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we found out in this movie, like, it's an entire, like, everybody's fighting to get this money that Bruce Wayne's Thomas Wayne put this $1 billion into this the orphanage, and they never got it. And in turn, this spawns, the Riddler, I cannot think of his name, Edward, to show how corrupt the city is and like how whatever it is. So he's going around taking out like all the officials, the commissioner, the DA, like everybody's
all the top people. He's starting from the top and working his way down.
But yeah, what you think about Jeffrey Wright playing as Commissioner Gordon? That
was dope. I enjoyed that.
You're Black Commissioner Gordon.
I enjoyed that Commissioner Gordon. I really did. So in all Batman series, you do see Commissioner Gordon. He has some type of pivotal big role that he has, alongside Batman. But this one, he's more involved. It seemed like he was also like one of those mentors to Batman to say, "Hey, man, you don't go about it this way. You have to go about it that way."
Right.
And let me help you help me. We don't have to know each other on a personal level, but let me teach you how to do some things around here. And that was cool. Because since Batman don't have no parents, you still
he's like a father
baby. He was trying to be like a father figure, and I respect that on another level. I really do.
That was and like I said, who else? So we pretty much covered like everybody, and their performance, stuff like that. What was one of your favorite scenes in the movie? Like, what was something that really stood out to you that, like, okay, this is where I'm in. Like this.
All right. So it was pretty late in the movie, actually. So for me, it was during the break-in where Batman, he infiltrated the club. And, even though the lights kept going in and out, you just seen gunfire, and he just throwing hands on everybody. That was a pretty cool scene. Like, that was a really good scene, and I was in it. Like, I was already in it, but at that point, I was in it. And that was.
You feel like the armor made him too broken. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because like people were shooting him, he's getting hit with 12 gauges in the movie and stuff like that.
I'm like, man, this man his armor's not breaking. Because that's a pretty advanced tech with the level he's at right now, which is like a beginner level. It's like, why is that armor not breaking, man?
You feel like
this man getting shot point blank range, like, yeah.
You feel like that made Batman a little too OP with that, or
nah, he still got his ass whooped. No matter, he's still
able to like move, regularly, like what? Because you think with that type of armor on, like he would be like pretty weighted down. Like, but he was still able to move and everything with that.
Yeah, but they didn't make him OP at all. He still took damage, and you saw him take damage. Right. Like, he didn't win every fight, but he did get back up. So
obviously, the Batmobile scene, I feel like it's everybody's like breakout favorite scene. They start that up like that. That whole chase was ridiculous. Even though people died on the highway, people definitely died on the highway. Batman.
So that was
it
like
was
some
slick,
type of
though.
Mustang, right? That was like a muscle car, right?
It was definitely a tricked out Mustang. I mean, pretty much any car, any Batmobile was like a tricked out version of another car. You know what I
right.
mean? They just put like
But
the
you
little
could tell this was a Mustang.
right. It was tight though. You
Yeah,
put the engine
yeah.
on them. Please, now Alfred's not in the movie much, but I do feel like his parts in the movie are pretty big. You know what I mean? Because Alfred, he towards the end, he realizes like, look, Alfred is the only family he has left, and he got to a point where he was like, man, he was afraid to lose him, and and like we were just talking about earlier, like this is the Batman where Batman is his only priority. He doesn't give a crap about being Bruce Wayne, even though Alfred is like, look, you got to keep up appearances if you want to keep doing this. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not coming out during the day is looking kind of suspicious. You know what I mean? He's like, okay, Alfred. But no, Alfred does a really good job, even though he was about to get got with that bomb. I'm like, we gonna kill Alfred out in this movie.
I still don't know how he survived that, but hey, that's Alfred. He's a survivor, right?
I don't know how. Look, when he was trying to defuse the bomb that was on the dude's head, he was like point blank, and was
that's two parts of the movie. I just don't understand how they survived.
It's suspension of disbelief, right? You just gotta let it go.
Yeah, right. You gotta let it go.
One of my favorite parts of the movie is like the part where he wakes up in GCPD after that. And he's trying to get out.
To take those his hands. He just comes up, start throwing hands.
Right. He was like, yeah, here's the keys in my pocket. Just you're gonna have to punch me to get out. So he punches Commissioner Gordon.
He sucker punched that guy.
He knew it was coming. And they get to the roof, and then he gets to the roof and he puts on the flight suit and he flies off the GCPD. I really like that scene. And of course he crashes into another car, which he should have died. But again,
I'm pretty sure he crashed head first, right?
Right. I'm like, all right, we gotta let it go. But they get back up to the roof, and he's like, man, you could have held back on that punch, man. You could have pulled your punch. He was like, yeah, I did. I thought that was really good, man. This whole movie was good, man. I couldn't really find a flaw in the movie. I didn't even mind that it was 3 hours. It wasn't not one point in the movie for me that I turned and looked at my watch. I wanted more, even when it was over. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed all the action scenes. The story flowed very well. I really liked the narration, how they did it with Bruce narrating some of the story, and just seeing how dirty Gotham was, man. This looks like a place that just would have some scum suckers, some dirt. You know what I mean, on the streets, man. And it takes Batman to get it out. Definitely digging the costume. I really like the accessibility of the costume. I love the grapples on it.
Like how the bat symbol is not fully what we know today. It's still a work in progress, right?
That cool. You know what? My only gripe, and it's not even that serious, is that we didn't get to see him use a battering. He took the battering off his chest.
Oh yeah, he wanted to use it like a knife to cut.
Right, he used it to cut the and again he gets electrocuted. And it's still fun. I'm like, okay, man.
That's one of the things you gotta let go, right?
All right, man. His whole, the Joker, the Riddler gets caught pretty early, and then of course they have copycats that want to come out and whatever. And I thought it was over because they wound up flooding Gotham by blowing up the riverbanks.
Yeah,
I was like, how they go clear all this water, man? I mean, that's the end of the Batmobile. You can't drive on the streets.
I was at least we get to see him use his glider, but no, he didn't do that. He just electrocuted, falls in the water.
Right. Another thing they changed too is that I noticed that they don't the way the manor is. It's not out in the middle of nowhere. It's right in the
it was right in the middle of the city, right?
Right, and the way the cave is on this one is an old subway tunnel that they use. Yep. You know what I mean? And I really like the setup for that. You come in and everything set up. I really like that. I mean,
so I wonder if this is it's still the beginning. Maybe it'll probably show his transition to maybe the iconic in the middle of nowhere type Wayne Manor.
No, I don't even think that's what it was. Because I mean, you got to think about the time period of this movie too. This is supposed to be current time. You know what I mean? Whatever this is. But I don't know. This might just be what it is. You know what I mean? I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it either.
In Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight, they didn't even have a cave established or anything like that because originally, remember, they had the house got burnt down in Batman Begins. So he didn't work out of a cave. He worked out of a bunker that they had.
Right.
in the Dark Knight, and then in the Dark Knight Rises, he had got the house rebuilt, and then they put the cave and everything down there. But again, yeah, man, like I said, it was a fantastic movie, man. The action's good. The musical score in this movie was amazing. The music, like the Batman theme every time he came on screen was really good, man. Like, so I
Right.
really enjoyed it.
I mean, they utilized the hell out of his walk scenes. Like, you know, you
Yeah,
just hear him walking, especially in
yeah,
that movie. It's like, okay, this is starting to, you know, build up to that moment, and then
yeah.
they
It's
use
a
it the
lot of
whole
those
movie.
like Daredevil hallway fights.
Right,
You know what I mean? When
right,
he just go around just beating everybody
right.
up,
You know,
like
just elbow, elbow, elbow. You know.
everybody catching it, man. It was an incredible movie, man. Like it's definitely something I want to see again. I can't wait to own when it comes out so I can watch as many times as I want.
uh,
I think it's supposed to be coming to like HBO Max like sometime like May or end of April or something like
oh,
that.
that's good. Oh man.
Yeah, because it's like a 45-day turnaround, right? Like
Okay,
so.
man. I gotta get used to these change of times because I'm used to waiting for movies for like till next year. To
Nah,
own
man, it's never been that long. It's always been like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man comes out later. I guess we get in on this one. What I guess I gotta ask, ranking your Batmans right now. Who's your favorite Batman so far?
Well, like I said, I'm still hooked on Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, okay.
Uh,
Bane broke his back up. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, this new Batman is my number 2 spot right now, but it's
Okay, that's fair.
yeah.
I feel like that's fair to say until he gets a sequel, and then
Mm-hmm.
I feel like okay, once they establish him a little bit more, then it's like, oh, okay, because this Batman already hits the ground running. We don't have to do a reboot. We don't gotta see the parents get killed again
Right,
for the
right.
30th time. I feel like people are tired of seeing that. You know what I mean? We don't need to see it again. We
So
know, I feel like that's what they did with Spider-Man. Like they was like, okay, we didn't see the spider bite, bro. We know what happens. We don't
right.
need to see
So
Uncle Ben die again. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
so it'll be interesting to see if when they're going to introduce the League of Assassins, if they're going to go that route, because he's not trained by the League of Assassins in this one. He's still street fighting, right?
Right.
So that'd be kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
they don't really go into the detail like the training and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, he's already in the game on this one. So I guess we'll see. We get a little bit more detail into the past. Maybe if not, I mean, whatever. I'm hearing rumors about potentially Court of Owls. If you're familiar with that story, but I would like to see. Not next. I don't want to see Ra's al Ghul so early, but it looks like they're trying to set up Joker.
Yeah.
They're trying to set.
So I was looking in the credits. I was trying to see who played the Joker, and
They wanted to reveal that this week. So it's the guy that's in Eternals right now. I can't think of his name. He's the one that was like mind controlling people. If you've seen Eternals,
yeah,
he's
I
able to
see
control
it.
people. Yeah, he's the one that's supposed to be this Joker. If it is the Joker,
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, really no end credits for this movie other than like a question mark thing.
Yeah, I was looking online, and it's like, yeah, it just means Riddler's not done yet, which
Right.
is
So
cool.
they have like a website that they can go to that has like special clips and stuff like that. But yeah, it's no big end credits or whatever. Like I said, I mean, Riddler gets caught, he goes to jail. Play, for whatever reason, Riddler thought that Batman was in on it the whole time. That was not the case. So,
nah, that man's all confused in the head. To
but
put
like I
it
said,
lightly.
I freaking love the movie, man. I can't wait to see it again. Hopefully, I can see it again. Maybe I'll wait for the crowd to die down again, but I definitely want to see it again.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like I said, I want to get the D box seats. You know what I mean? With the because you saw it in IMAX, right?
I think Paragon is IMAX. Yeah, because the movie that I went to, I think it's IMAX. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, either way, it was still good. But
yeah.
Anyway, we said if you haven't seen it already, go check. I mean, don't watch this, but go stop it.
Well,
Go
if you want to watch it, it's up to you. But yeah, you're already too far deep. Don't turn it back now.
Yeah, so like I said, I mean, it's definitely minimal spoilers in this, but like I said, go check it out. I saw it, Dio saw it. I want to see it again. And like I said, hope you guys definitely enjoyed this review. We got more stuff coming for you. And like I said, we got a lot more reviews coming down the line and everything for you too. But other than that, this is going to be our Batman spoiler review with Terrell, Dior, and we're out.
Yes, sir.
See you.